Fix errors, waste, and issues in a couple of clicks. Get alerted whenever you're off track. Sign up at trueclicks.com.
Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises to manage clients and projects with max efficiency, sharing Wix's SEO tech to help you drive growth.
Hi everyone, so I'm here to talk about category building, or like I like to talk, it's more about how I basically fucked up at SEO and I didn't know anything. So for many years I worked agency sides, which means that whatever I told my clients to do, they didn't do. And whatever I wanted them to follow through, they didn't follow through. So about a year ago, I decided, okay, I'm going to work inside. So I'm going to be in-house, I decide, I do the rules, and everything will be absolutely perfect. I was happy. I knew exactly what to do. I had already checked everything, their whole website. I did a crawl, I checked their content. And the first thing I did, which I love, was check for the keywords. I had the list of competitors and I know which keywords they were not ranking for. And basically they were not ranking for anything. They were ranking for some keyword with like 0 volume. Why are they doing this? And then I checked that their competitors were ranking for amazing keywords, loads of volume. And then I checked their content. These keywords were not there. Why? Not really sure. And then obviously they had 404s, no metas, the simple, quick SEO fixes that I could fix. But the best part of it was content. Again, like I mentioned, the content did not have keywords with volume. I'm going to repeat this a lot. Because for me, SEO was like, we need to create content for things that people are searching for. So if no one is searching for this, why am I going to create content about it? So I already had a list. I made about 20 topics. I made the briefs for the copywriters, and I was going to show it to my boss. I presented him my ideas, all focused on these keywords that the competitors had, that they were using all across their website, the content, social media, everything, and they had a lot of volume. And I was basically ready to explain why they had been doing this all wrong all the time. Now, I don't know if there's Germans here or if you ever work with Germans, but my boss was German. It was a German company. So in the nicest way possible that they can, he said, no, you're wrong. You don't know anything. He didn't say it this way, but it was something like, it makes no sense for our target. We don't give a fuck what people are searching for, and we don't care if there's not search for it. We really don't. We are category building. Sure, of course, I know that. I know exactly what they were talking about. I had no idea. So I went to Google, my best friend, to find out what the hell was category building. It's actually a thing, apparently. Everyone is talking about it. It was on Forbes, Harvard Business Review, HubSpot, and other sources I find reliable. And I found out that this concept is used on business, marketing, a lot with startups, and it's an actual thing. And the correct term for this concept is basically, it's a process of creating a new category or a new product category that did not exist before, okay? So you are creating a new space for you within your niche or your industry, but no one is searching for it. No one knows about it. So, well, I searched a little bit more. Why would I do this if no one is searching about it? You know, no one is talking about it. And there's this Harvard Business Review study that showed that 13% of the companies that they did the research with brought over half of the revenue of all the companies, and then about 3/4 of them had generated more money than all the others, just because they built a category. These 13% built a category, and they made a lot more money than all the other ones. So it sounds like a profitable thing to do. But what does this mean to actual SEO? This means that you're going to be creating an SEO strategy and a content strategy for keywords that have no searches, has no volume. So you're going to be creating topics by yourself because you have no idea what people are searching for. So I went online and I decided to look for some success stories on this category building. The first one that came up was HubSpot, and we all know HubSpot for the concept inbound marketing. Inbound marketing was actually not coined by them, but they were the ones that built the category. And this was about in 2009. They created a lot of content. Obviously the certification came a lot after that, but they released a manifesto, they released a lot of blog posts, they were talking basically all over Web 2.0. And then through that, 3 amazing authors created the HubSpot case study. It's a sort of you can download on Harvard Business Review, and it talks about inbound marketing and Web 2.0. It was the first time that officially a reliable source coined the concept of inbound marketing, which basically said that you need to use 2.0 tools such as blogging, SEO, social media to attract customers, and that through this you will be able to see your revenue grow, and you'll be able to predict it. And the only thing you have to do is focus on efficient inbound marketing. Now, I want you to understand the context. This was in 2009, straight after the financial crisis of 2008. This came out around the same time that HubSpot released their first manifesto on inbound marketing, and they present a lot of data, a lot of numbers that show that companies using inbound marketing, this concept that they were using, they were building it, brought a lot more money than anyone else who was just doing PPC or, just whatever, just one department thing. But it was not only HubSpot. We all know big companies doing the same, Netflix, Uber, Airbnb. We can say that they either created a new category or they coined something that already existed and they spend time, money, resources to build it. Okay, now you're going to say, this is not SEO, this is marketing. Yeah, I said the same when I was presented with this idea. But actually, we have a tendency to take SEO out of marketing, and we don't realize that we all need to work together, and it's all marketing. So even though my talk can be marketing related, at the end it will influence, and it has to do with the behavior of the users, so it is SEO. But let me give you a more SEO-related example. So I'm not sure if you heard of Headless SEO or Lydia Infant. You should. And if you don't follow her, go do it. She's amazing. And a while ago, she started talking a lot about Headless SEO. She started posting online. She started writing articles on different sources. And nowadays, if you search for Headless SEO, most likely you're going to find something from Lydia. And this is actually a screenshot from Google Trends. If you search for the topic Headless SEO, Lydia Fans is right there. So what she did is she created a new category. Even though this is a small scale, it's relevant for what we're talking about. And this is actually a LinkedIn post from Lydia. And she basically has the monopoly of SERPs for Headless SEO. And this is the power of a very successful category building campaign. Now, this is very small in comparison to the big companies I showed, or my case with my company. But you can see that Headless SEO, every time Lydia starts writing about it, or she starts bringing this concept all together and building the category, that the interest for this concept has grown, which means at the end, more search. So she built search where there were not search before. But I'm going back to my experience. So this was my CEO, and this is a very recent LinkedIn post from him, where he's saying that he's very proud of the fact that even though his head of content and head of marketing said that we are not doing platform engineering, which was the keyword we're talking about, because he has zero volume, he didn't care, and he basically convinced the whole company to bet on platform engineering. And nowadays, on this post, what he's saying is that he's just been awarded the LinkedIn top voice for platform engineering. What does this mean? It means that platform engineering became a topic, became a thing so much that it's a topic on LinkedIn, and they were the ones that built it. And even better, for me, this is the best. Platform engineering about 6-7 years ago was not a thing at all. Now, thanks to their amazing work, it's even a role. Can you imagine? It's like category building became so successful, they became an actual job, a description. And this was today. I actually just added this today. I just Googled platform engineer roles on LinkedIn, on the UK, and 743 results for platform engineer. Because the target market for this concept, for this category building really had the need that was missing was the name for their role. Now this role became the same. This is also from Google Trends for the keyword platform engineering, and they start working around the time that you see the peak going up. Again, you will notice many times that these names, was this me? That the names usually already existed before, but just someone started putting resources to build it. So it doesn't mean you have to necessarily have an amazing idea to start doing it. You just need to find the need and the concept that makes sense to your organization and to the community you're going to be targeting. So you might say, okay, if this is profitable and if I can, just make it, why isn't everyone doing it? It's fucking hard. It's so hard, and it takes a lot of resources and a lot of factors into it. And a lot of startups try doing it, and then they just completely fail. And usually it's because of three main reasons. The first one is investment. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money because you don't want to do it at small scale like Lydia. You have a product or a brand to sell, so you really need to put it out there. That means you need to, have a big marketing team. You need to make sure that you can create a lot of content, different content, and then get everyone talking about it. So that takes a lot of money. And not only a lot of money for a short period of time. It takes a lot of time. This is basically like SEO. You're not going to see the results tomorrow. So it takes about 12 to 16 months to actually build a category. That means that you need... Yeah? Hello? Okay, better. So this means that you need a lot of money for a long period of time. So a lot of companies don't have this money, and they're also not willing to spend this money on building a category for something no one knows about, no one is talking about, which goes into the third point for me, which is you need to get approval and buy-in from all the stakeholders. And from stakeholders, it doesn't mean just in your company. The community needs to accept this. This takes time, and usually investors are not willing to bet on it. So, like I said, it's hard work. So how really do you do it? I cannot actually disclose how my company did it for, NDA purposes. But I'm going to talk in general, and somewhere in between, it's what they did. But if we look on a broad spectrum, what you have to do is find the need or the problem or the issue, right? This is marketing. And then you create awareness around that need. This is what actually category building is. You are naming something and creating awareness around it. And then you are the solution or the problem. In the case of this company, they were the problem, not the solution, in the sense that when they coined platform engineering was the name of that problem. It was not the solution. Of course, then my company, the one I was working at, they were the solution. They had the product for this problem, but the keyword, the category they built was the actual problem. And then again, work hard and be prepared to fail. Most likely you're going to fail, but it's still fun. Now I found this mantra for category building. This is not from me, it's from Forbes. And I found it was actually quite interesting. The first one is stay true to your mission. Remember when I said all stakeholders need to believe it? Yes, stay true to it. Use it as your vision across everything that you do. And then ingrain into something familiar. That means that you need to grab something that people are already talking about it and people already know somehow, and you just name it. And then spend a lot of time evangelizing. If you work in SaaS, you already heard this a lot, or in tech, you have people with roles which are called evangelization. They just do that. They just talk about it and they share with the community and they create awareness for whatever you want. In this case, for category building, you will have everyone talking about this concept and making sure that it's being spread out and you're actually building it. And don't worry about the market size. What's going to happen is that you are going to be targeting a very niche parts of your potential target market, because only those will directly connect with the concept you're creating. However, imagine if you're the first, means that you own it all. If you own it all, you're going to make a lot of money. So don't worry if it's too small. Now you say, okay, but I'm an SEO or content manager. You're telling me that there's no keywords like with volume. How do I know what people are searching for? how can I actually build this category once I came up with the concept? So you're going to have to go deep and see what the community is talking about. That means you know the issue. So you're going to look on LinkedIn, on Twitter, people love to complain. So you're going to see what's their biggest struggles with this issue, and you're going to address the issues in your content. Even though you have your new concept, you basically just going to name the issue and the problem, but you're going to be able to talk about it. So you cannot just trust tools like, SEMrush, RFs, your typical tools for coming up with topics or seeing what people are talking about. You need to use all the marketing tools available. And this is why I said that SEO is not separate and should not be a separate department. Because at the end, and this was the talk before me, was very much on this, you are creating content for the user, not for the SERPs. Forget about it. And this is why I realized that I have been doing SEO wrong all my life, because I was very worried about the numbers and everything I could track. And then I forgot about the user, the actual target. Of all the things you could do, I think the ones that work best are, the basic ones. So social media, it's great for creating and helping you build that category, because that's where your community is going to be discussing the issues, and that's where you can get more people to evangelize. The goal is that people within your community start using the concept as their concept, as something, and then you don't have to work for it. But you can also use, a newsletter, and you can always inform the community, or you can create the community itself. You can create, a Slack group, Discord, you can create like a Reddit thread. There's so many things you can do to start building a community. And then I'm not going to say you own the community, but you'll be able to control the narrative. And then obviously reliable sources like Lydia did. You can publish articles and you can connect to whoever makes name within your industry. And you're not going to be selling them the product. You're just selling them an idea, a concept, a category that, if it's well put and if you have the content to support it, it will be very easily accepted. So at the end, what you need to remember about category building is that it's not about you. It's never about you. It's always about your target market and what they want. Category building requires buy-in at all levels. In my case, if I didn't understand or if I didn't believe it, I would have gotten fired, because the company really had a vision and everyone had to accept it. But buy-in at all levels also means your customers, also means your community. If you feel like your community is not getting it, just go back, talk to them, realize why they're not getting it, and build something even stronger. And then you also have their support, and they'll be happy to evangelize more and make you build something. Marketing and SEO work together. I don't even know, I even hate separating marketing from SEO, because SEO is marketing and we should be talking with all departments. When I had to create content, the first thing I did was talking to our dev team, with our operations, and I even talked with our community manager and some of our customers to understand what we are doing and what were the issues, so I could create content, or I could, brief my copywriters better. And last one, if this isn't realistic for you, you don't have that many resources, you can just do something better, in a sense that there's already out there a lot of categories and, or concepts, and you just need to improve it. When the first menstruation pants came out, they already existed for incontinence. They just rebranded it as per se, and then they start building the category. The first company, I'm not going to do advertising for them, but so just watch what's happening and, start building a category. And basically that's it. Thank you. You've all been lovely.
Demand sphere. Limitless visual insights from the SERPs. Unlimited dashboards and users. Easy to use and easy to scale your growth to new levels.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.